Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to apologize to not turn on my camera due to the internet connection. To the Honorable Mr. Iwayadi and Mrs. Rita Rahayu, as a lecturer in the seminar on Management Accounting course, and respectable to all participants of this class, I am Maria Guadalupe Flamive Carvalho Bong from Group 14, will be the moderator of today's seminar. So in today's seminar, it's about Kaizen costing, and this topic will be delivered by Group 12, and the member of Group 12 is consisting of Ananda Putri Nabila, Afelia Jahara, and Richard Julian Antonio. Now allow me to welcome the speakers, Group 12, to deliver their presentation. Group 12, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Maria. We are from Group 12, and we will present our presentation about Kaizen costing. There are 12 contents in this presentation. The first one is definition of Kaizen. The second one is the beginning of the history of Kaizen. The third one is objectives of Kaizen. The fourth one is targets of Kaizen. Next slide, please. Next, benefits of Kaizen theory, difference between Kaizen costing and style costing, Kaizen principle, Kaizen segmentation, difference between Kaizen and innovation, Kaizen concept, steps to solve the Kaizen costing method, and the last one, application of Kaizen costing. And the first 5 contents will be presented by Putri. Putri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Richard. The first is about definition of Kaizen. So here, it's mean the improvement, then it's better. So the definition is change for better or improvement. It is a Japanese philosophy that focuses on small improvement. This philosophy involves everyone in the from top management to the operator level, and top management play a very important role in the implementation of the Kaizen in the company where support and encouragement are needed. Support and encouragement can be in the form of providing facility and infrastructure, as well as the formation of the Kaizen. So next, the beginning history of Kaizen. Kaizen origin began in Japan after World War II when the country was trying to rebuild infrastructure and rethink many systems. There were several experts from America, namely W. Edward Deming and Joseph Juran, who came to the lecture and teach. And in 1950, Kaizen began to form by using information from people about TWI, it's meant the training within industry. Next, objective of Kaizen. First is maintenance, activities to maintain the existing technology, management system, and operational standard while maintaining the standard through training and discipline with the aim that all employees can comply with the standard operating procedure or SOP that have been set. And the next is the objective is repair, the activities directed at improving existing standard. The next is a target of Kaizen. The ultimate target of Kaizen is to achieve the quality cost distribution or QCD. In the practice, Kaizen puts quality at the highest priority. Kaizen teaches that company will not be able to compete if the quality of their product and services is not adequate. So the management commitment to quality is highly upheld, and the quality referred to in the quality, cost, and delivery is not just a product quality but includes the quality of the process taken in the producing the product. Next, a benefit of Kaizen theory. So here there is a benefit that can be obtained in the application of the Kaizen theory can be in the form of first, able to find the problem quickly, second, give attention and emphasis to the planning stage, third, support the process-oriented thinking, fourth, concentrate on more important and urgent problem to be solved, and next, there is active participation in building the new system. So next presentation will be presented by Richard.
Thank you, Putri. Now I will explain about the difference between Kaizen costing and standard costing. Next slide, please. For Kaizen costing, the cost reduction system, while in standard costing is cost control system. In Kaizen costing is assumption of continuous improvement of production processes, while in standard costing is assumptions of current production process conditions. In Kaizen costing, cost reductions targets are set and charged monthly. Continuous improvement is applied during the year to achieve the profit target or reduce the gap between the profit target and the estimated profit. While in standard costing, standards are set on an annual or semi-annual basis. In Kaizen costing, investigate and respond if the Kaizen target number is not achieved, while in standard costing, investigate and respond when standards are not met. Next slide, please. The next one is Kaizen principle. Kaizen contains 10 principles. The first one is focus on customers. The main focus of Kaizen is product quality, but the most important goal of Kaizen is customer satisfaction. Everything or activity that doesn't add value to the product or increase customer satisfaction is an unnecessary expense. The second one is conducting continuous improvement in Kaizen. A success is not the end result, but it is the beginning to move to the next stage, because a success is a factor in increasing enthusiasm to achieve other success. The third one is openly admit problems, build a culture of non-blame, so that my employees in the Kaizen companies can admit mistakes openly, consist, cons, consequently point out weaknesses in the process and ask for help if they are unable to overcome them. This openness is a force that can control and resolve problems quickly and increase opportunities for improvement. The fourth one is promoting knowledge for Kaizen is to be shared, and the communication relationships that support it it areas source of efficiency. The fifth one is creating a work team in Kaizen. The team is the foundation that forms the organizational structure. Through the participation of employees in the team, the company benefits from its employees. This teamwork can instill a sense of belonging, collective responsibility, and company orientation, and can strengthen openness, sharing, and communication. The sixth one is project management through cross-functional teams. Kaizen enterprise projects are planned and implemented using interdepartmental or cross-functional resources, as well as resources from outside the company. This is done to reduce cost, control waste to a certain degree, and satisfy customers. Next is maintaining the right relationship process. Japanese companies do everything they can to maintain harmony in human relations, especially staff, managers, and team leaders. These relationships can foster loyalty and commitment from employees. The next one is develop personal discipline. Personal discipline in the workplace is the nature of Japanese people. Next one is providing information to all employees sharing. Information is very important in Kaizen company. By providing important information to everyone, the company's challenge turn into personal challenges. This information is also an important step towards creating a culture based on knowledge. And the last one is giving authority to every employee. In the implementation of Kaizen, every employee is given the authority to make changes for the better. In other words, involve the role of employees in making improvements. Next slide, please. The next one is Kaizen segmentation. According to the concept of Kaizen in Kazaki group, Kaizen is divided into 3 segments depending on the needs of each company. The first one is Kaizen in management oriented, focusing on the most important logistical and strategic issues and providing momentum for the pursuit of progress and morale. The second one is group-oriented Kaizen, implemented by the Quality Control Group, Jinshukanshi Group for voluntary management use, statistical tools to solve problems, analyze, implement, and establish new standards or procedures. And the last one is Kaizen is individual oriented, manifested in the form of suggestions in which a person must work smarter if he doesn't want to work hard. Kaizen is the single most important concept in Japanese management and is the key to Japan's success in competition. Japan has always thought, thought that not a day goes by without an act of perfections. Next slide, please. The next content is difference between Kaizen and innovation. An important aspect of Kaizen is prioritizing the process. It is opposite with the management use Western countries that judge employee performance solely on the results obtained and not on their efforts. And for Kaizen, it is general orientation, human orientation built with existing technology and open information, while information innovation is expertise orientation, technology orientation, look for new technology and close information. And the next content is Kaizen concept. The concept of Kaizen includes several things, namely the first one is concept of 3M, Muda, Mura, and More. This concept was formed to reduce the number of processes, improve quality, shorten time, and achieve efficiency. Muda is defined as the reduction of waste. Mura is defined as the reduction of difference, and Muri is defined as the reduction of tension. The second one is 5S movement. The 5S concept is basically a process of changing attitudes by implementing organizations, cleanliness, and discipline in the workplace. The 5S concept is a culture about how someone treats their workplace properly. If the workplace is neat, clear, clean, and orderly, the ease of individual work can be recreated. With this ease of work, the industry's four main target areas include work efficiency, work productivity, work quality, work safety can be more easily met. The second one is PDCA or Plan, Do, Check, Action concept. The first step of Kaizen is to implement the PDCA cycle. Sum of means that ensure the sustainability of Kaizen. This is useful in realizing policies to maintain and improve standards. This cycle is most important concept of Kaizen process. The plan is related to setting targets for improvement because Kaizen is way of life. There must always be improvements in all areas and the formulation of plans to achieve these targets. Check refers to determining whether the implementation on a track as planned and monitoring the progress of the planned improvements. Actions are related to standardization of new procedures in order to avoid the recurrence of the same problem or setting new targets for the next improvement. And the last one is the concept of 5W and plus 1H. One of the thinking patterns to run the PDCA will in Kaizen activities is to ask questions with basic 5W and plus 1H questions for what, who, why, where, when, and how. Next slide, please. And for the next contents, will be explained by Ophelia.
Okay, thank you, Richard. The next slide, I want to present about the step to solve the Kaizen costing method. The first is step to solve the Kaizen costing method. First is from a team. The second is generating problem and concentrating on the chosen problem. And the third is collecting and researching. And the fourth is choose the object of research. And the five is analyze current conditions. And six is establish a specific target. And the seven is analysis of case. and the 8 is plan method of measurement in accordance with the target, and the 9 is taking measurement, and the last is checking result and making standard according to company development. And the next is application of Kaizen costing. In implementing Kaizen costing, the leader of the company or organization in Japan have two principles, including requires a process or method good work to get maximum result. And by process or method, in this way, we can work more, not work harder. And for to get a good process, and company leader need to know the sources problem and the S for the ideas and solution from all employees. After all, they are the who do daily working, and usually the best solution is the most simple, logical, and easy to implementations. Choose the ideas, the possible to implement it, they apply it, and the patient waiting to for the result. Turn on one small improvement made within the company organization will be able to make a big impact and which save time and money. For the example, Kaizen costing can be applied in the PT Indosat company. At the end of 2010, Indosat experienced an increase in the number of cellular subsidiary by 34%. And this can happen because Indosat continues to improve the quality and service to customer. And to achieve this success, Indosat has implemented several important strategies, including conducting cost efficiency or the Kaizen costing using, and in yearly 2010, Indosat tried to evaluate all the company expense and try to take the company expense. Expenditure that are considered not very important. The company much possible expense like the decrease employee expense, decrease marketing expense, and decrease the administrative and general expense. Okay, that's all my presentation. Back to moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Group 12, for giving us such an enlightening presentation. Now we come to the Q&A session. The participants, especially Group 13, can ask the question to the presented group. Also, please type the question in the chat room. And after you drop all the questions, we will give time to Group 12 to discuss, and they will be there with the answers. Thank you.
Okay, I will try to answer the question from Olivia Renata Putri. Thank you, Group Talk. I'm Olivia Renata Putri, and I would like to ask, can you explain how does Kaizen improve the productivity? Thank you so much. So, I think Kaizen improve the activity in the productivity in the several way. First, Kaizen must to know the standardized involve worker from all levels and departments to produce a process that can be repeated and organized. Next major using data that can be collect, decide if the process is efficient, and after that, compare the data against the requirements. Does it save time or accomplish the desired result? And next, innovate, look for new and better ways to achieve the same result and find more efficient routine or techniques. And next, we to standardize again, like the create define the process that can be repeated for new and more efficient activities. And the last is all of the following way. It's also must to do to improve the activity from the Kaizen costing. I think that's all for my explanation. You got the point, Olivia.
Okay, now I will answer Anda's questions. The questions is how does Kaizen improve the product? In slide 16, how does Kaizen improve productivity? Afro, can you please open the slide, slide 16, please. Okay, so the question is how does Kaizen improve productivity? Improve productivity. Kaizen and continuous improvement work to improve two things: process and results. Continuous improvement is focused on making small changes and improvements around the facility that eventually add up to major beneficial changes in the manufacturing process and quality of the product or service. The improvement of these two areas result in a reduction of waste, including the reduction of costs. Waste in the process can often result in a very significant expense for the facility. So even small improvements can have an impact on overall cost. Whether this is a hard cost savings or soft. Facilities will benefit through long-term reductions in expenses. Although Kaizen's main goal is not necessarily cutting down on cost, it can be a very beneficial outcome. Do you get the point, Nada?
Yes, Richard. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, the next answer by me about question by Linda. The question by Linda is, can you explain what is the most influential Kaizen costing application step in realizing the company uh, strategies? With the slide on this slide, we can see the step to solve the Kaizen costing method to make a strategies. The most important to the company is first is make a team, because team here generally come from in the employee of the company, because and some team member must come from other works area, and the team must focus at the Kaizen event, and for the time should not be distributed by daily working activities. And the second important is generating problem and concentrating on the choose problem, because we can be taken from a major business priority and based on the stream mapping or problem in area. And the problem must be clearly deducted and with the team, some participation about the problem. And the third is number 3, collecting and researching. Is all the existing process, like a process, inventory, transportation, and other operating must be researching and collecting. And the last important is plan methods of measurement in accordance with the target. It is previously started improvement to the baseline of performance. That's all my explanation. Do you get the point, Linda?
Yes, Velia, thank you so much for your explanation.
Okay, thank you, Linda.
Okay, next I will try to answer the question from Wilda. So Wilda asks, could you provide more detail on how does Kaizen reduce waste exactly? So I think the Kaizen methodology is based on the continuous improvement in the facility, and using Kaizen means constantly looking for incremental improvement that will help to improve the process. So the end of the result is often time reducing or eliminating waste. Kaizen may not produce a dramatic instant result. It does facilitate an environment that encourage and allow continuous improvement, including frontline workers, involving managers, and identifying small improvement to reduce waste can be extremely beneficial to an organization. Do you get the point, Wilda?
Okay, thank you for the answer, Ananda. It's already clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question is from Farhan. The question is, can you give more examples of some companies that use Kaizen? If there is, maybe on vehicle company. Okay. The most famous Kaizen company is the same company that first implemented its practice is Toyota. Toyota has been using the Kaizen philosophy for decades, and now Kaizen can be seen being practiced on many different levels within the organization. Kaizen is at the foundation of the Toyota production system, which is the heart of Toyota's process. Not only does Toyota look to improve manufacturing process, but also look for ways that products can be improved and how each employee can also be improved. Another motor vehicle company that uses Kaizen is the Ford Motor Company. In 2006, Alan Mulally was made CEO of Ford and thus adopted the principles of Kaizen. Ford was struggling at the time with bankruptcy, and Mulally was known as a fan of lean manufacturing and decided Kaizen and other lean strategies could be more effective than a bailout from the government. Do you get the point, Farhan?
Where I get a point. Thank you.
You're welcome, Farhan.
Okay, the next answer by me. I want to answer the Jeremiah. I want to ask the question in accordance with the last slide about the application of Kaizen costing. I mean, is Kaizen costing able to better effect in a company in the future. It means the company is the PT Indosat. Yes, the Kaizen costing will be impact to the PT Indosat because I think the PT Indosat have more deducted of the expense, like the reduce the employee expense. Is this employee expense can occur like the give occur the overtime eating and the allowance of the employee reduce. It is make the lazy of employee to working more to productive. And the second reason, decreasing marketing expense. It is PT Indosat reduce the cost of the advertising. It is make promotion will be reduced and not many interesting to buy their product. And then the third reason is decreased administrative expense. It is make impact to reducing rents and a make of the affordable outlet in the local area. I think that are my answer. Do you get the point?
Yeah, Phil, thank you for the answer.
Okay.
Okay, next, the question from Mutiara. So, related from slide number 6, is there any difference between Kaizen and continuous improvement? So, I think there is not so much a difference between Kaizen and continuous improvement, but rather the continuous improvement is a core principle to the Kaizen methodology and philosophy. And it is important to remember that Kaizen is not a one-time adjustment, but rather an ongoing process. And also, Kaizen believe not in sporadic major change, but rather continuously making improvement around the facility through the small change. The improvement can come in many forms, including waste elimination, improve efficiency, safe work environments, and much more. And also the Kaizen principle, tools, and strategy. I'll provide the framework that support the continuous improvement. I think that's all for my explanation. Do you get the point, Mutiara?
Yes, Putri, thank you.
Okay, Mutiara.
Okay, next I will answer Farid's question. The question is, uh, I have a question. I just wondering when should Kaizen be used? Okay, the answer is Kaizen can either be used to address a single issue or part of the process, or it could be an ongoing practice used on a day-to-day basis. If company choose to implement Kaizen as a daily event, it is important to note that it is a daily and continuous strategy, and a facility can continuously improve each and every day. Daily Kaizen is the key to tackling small issues and resolving them before they turn into a bigger problem and headache for the facility. If there are small issues that need to be resolved, Kaizen is the tool to tackle them.
Okay. The next answer, I want to answer the question from Bang Nazifri. The question is, what is the difference between the Kaizen costing and target costing, and what are the achievement parameter of the Kaizen costing goals? The difference between the Kaizen costing and target costing is Target costing is a system to support the cost reduction process in the development and design phase of the new model. But the Kaizen costing is a system to support cost reductions process in the manufacturing phase of the product. So the achievement parameter of the Kaizen costing goals is reductions of process to make effectively to performance in a company. Do you get the point, my explanations, Bang Nazif? Okay, thank you. That's all my answer. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Group 12, for the answer. Is there any other questions? If there is no more questions, we will close this seminar. I'd like to thank to Group 12 for the informative presentation and all participants for the active participation. I, as the moderator, apologize if there is any mistake. Thank you all for the attention.